War doesn't start with explosions. It starts with confusion. Your phone lights up. One message says stay calm. Another says get out now. The news anchors talk too fast and say nothing useful. And somewhere in your city, people are already moving, not because they know what's happening, because they're terrified of being late. That's how you get trapped. The first hour of war isn't about courage, it's about friction. Traffic jams that turn highways into parking lots, crowds pushing into stores, bad decisions made in doorways while the clock bleeds out. Here's what most people get wrong. They think supplies matter most. They don't. If you're pinned in a line of cars with no fuel, surrounded by strangers who are also running out of time, your supplies don't help you. Your positioning does. The biggest mistake? Thinking you need the perfect plan. You don't need perfect, you need flexible. Most people lose in the first hour because they treat war like a normal emergency. It's not. Normal emergencies still have rules. War strips the rules first, then it strips your options. What you do in the next 60 minutes determines whether you spend tonight in control or spend it reacting to everyone else's panic. The first danger isn't bombs, it's the surge. Everyone has the same instinct: buy food, buy water, fill the tank, grab cash, run. And that instinct creates the exact hazard they're trying to escape. Bottlenecks at every store, fights over the last case of water, roads that freeze into gridlock, gas stations with lines wrapped around the block until the pumps run dry. If you join the surge, you're volunteering to be trapped in it, and trapped people make loud decisions. Loud decisions get noticed. In the first hour, your goal is simple: be invisible, stay quiet, and get ahead of the crowd's panic by doing less, not more. Here's the rule. War turns convenience into a weapon against you. Elevators stop working, cell networks choke, GPS routes everyone into the same dead end, card readers fail, ATMs empty out. The people who move fast end up stuck because fast is what everyone tries. You don't need speed, you need clearance. Then the lies start. War generates false alerts the way fire generates smoke. You'll hear rumors, roads closing, shortages, mandatory drafts, neighborhoods being targeted. Some are true, most are bait, designed to move you when you shouldn't. Your job isn't to know everything. Your job is to stop your brain from sprinting ahead of reality. In the first hour, the only reliable signals are physical. What you can see, what you can hear, what's happening on your street, not on your screen. If you're going to leave, you need a reason that stands up in the dark, not a rumor that evaporates by morning. Now comes the core decision: stay or go. And you don't get long to make it. The longer you wait, the more crowded the exits become, the more dangerous movement gets. But leaving early for the wrong reason, that's worse than staying. Leaving early puts you on roads with everyone else who panicked. Staying puts you inside a structure you can control. So the first hour protocol isn't always evacuate, it's decide based on leverage. If you've got a safe interior room, some water, the ability to lock down light and noise, and you're not in a direct strike zone, staying might be smarter. Movement exposes you. Staying lets you reduce exposure. But if you're near critical infrastructure, military sites, major transit hubs, borders, dense downtown zones, staying can trap you inside someone else's target list. The second you recognize your location is high risk, you don't debate it, you move. Not with 10 bags, not with hesitation, with one clean plan. Because indecision turns your home into a waiting room.
Undecided keeps you in doorways. Undecided keeps you on your phone. Undecided keeps you half-packed with nothing actually done. You know what kills people in the first hour? Not choosing wrong, choosing late. Lock down your information diet. Choose 2 sources, one official alert channel, one local signal you trust. Everything else is noise. Turn off the doom scroll. Your nervous system isn't built to process a fire hose of fear. It will push you into impulsive moves just to feel relief. And relief is expensive. It costs your positioning, your time, your awareness. If you do nothing else in the first hour, do this. Prepare to survive the night without outside help. War is a separation event. The power drops, the network chokes, and suddenly you're alone, inside your own city. War separates you from everything predictable. Your goal is to make that separation survivable, without running into the street like everyone else. The mistake that ruins everything? Being seen too early, when nobody knows what's happening and everybody is watching everybody else. Here's what you do instead. You build two paths at the same time, the stay path and the leave path. You don't commit emotionally yet. You create options. Secure your core. Water first, not food. Food is slow. Dehydration is fast. Fill every container you have while water pressure still exists. Bathtub, bottles, pots, anything clean. You think you have enough water? You don't. You just have water you haven't lost yet. Charge and stage. Phones, power banks, flashlights, headlamps. But don't assume the internet will work. Download offline maps now. Save addresses. Write down 2 phone numbers you actually need. In war, your phone doesn't die because it runs out of battery. It turns into a brick when the network collapses. Control your house's signature. Light discipline, noise discipline, curtains closed, no bright windows, no TV volume bleeding into the street. In the first nights of instability, visible homes get remembered. Remembered homes get revisited. You want to look empty, not active. If you're staying, choose one room as your anchor. Not the living room, not the room with windows facing the street, the room that's easiest to darken and hardest to see into. Move your essentials there. Water, light, warm layers, first aid, a simple tool. Not a pile, a station. You're creating a nerve center, one stable point you can operate from, while everything outside changes. Prepare your leave path, but do it like a professional, not a panic shopper. One bag, light, fast. Documents, meds, small amount of cash, phone power, water. If you're carrying heavy, you're losing. The bag is not a life raft, it's a bridge. If you pack like you're moving out forever, you'll move slower than danger. Keep it small enough to run with, small enough to hide, small enough to drop without regret. Weight isn't measured in pounds, it's measured in seconds. Pick your routes, not one route, 2. One primary, one ugly backup. Avoid main highways, avoid city centers, avoid routes everyone thinks are the quickest. Quickest becomes jammed first, jammed becomes dangerous second, dangerous becomes fatal when night falls and tempers rise. If you have a vehicle, fuel it only if you can do it without joining a line. If you can't fuel without a line, don't gamble your safety on it. A quarter tank and an early move beats a full tank and a late move. Then comes the hardest part, deciding when to leave if you leave at all. The trigger is not fear, the trigger is stability loss. If you lose power and the area grows chaotic, if you hear sustained disorder nearby, if official alerts point toward escalation, if your location is strategically exposed, you leave before the exits choke.
The worst time to evacuate is when everyone agrees it's time. That's when you get trapped. If you stay, you commit to staying quietly. No unnecessary trips. No just checking the store. No walking outside to see what's happening. Curiosity kills more people than scarcity. Your job is to reduce exposure, not gather drama. You turn your home into a low signal box, calm inside, uninteresting outside. Be ready for displacement. War does one thing reliably. It moves people. Even if you don't evacuate tonight, you might be forced to tomorrow. So keep shoes on standby, clothes layered, keys placed, bag by the door. Not because you're panicking, because you're removing delay. The first hour protocol is really the delay protocol. Remove delays and you survive longer. Add delays and you freeze when it matters. The crowd hazard. In the first night, crowds are not communities, they're pressure systems. And pressure makes people do strange things, like fight over the last pack of batteries at a gas station at 2 a.m. If you must move through crowds, you don't argue, you don't engage, you don't become memorable. Keep your head down and your path clean. If someone tries to pull you into a conversation about rumors, you leave the conversation. Information addiction gets people stuck in places they should have left 10 minutes ago. Set your internal rule. War doesn't kill you because you lacked bravery. It kills you because you got exposed at the wrong time. The first hour is for building options without showing yourself. Water stored, signals reduced, one room anchored, one bag ready, 2 routes chosen, 1 decision trigger defined. That's how you stay ahead of the surge. If you leave early and quietly. If you stay dark and disciplined. And if you do neither, if you hover in the doorway waiting for certainty, the hour will pass and certainty will choose for you. Don't let it. War doesn't reward effort, it rewards timing. Make the first move while you still own your time. Then get small, get stable, and wait for the next signal.